Geminis, hello, hello, my loves. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Gems, y'all got the Mirror, the Crone, and the Mentor, the Gem, the Forest, and the Ocean. Gems. I don't know because I don't I have done my very best to maintain ignorance, you know, because I don't want to blur the lines. I want to make sure that the lines are very clearly drawn, and so I on purpose don't know the signs of the people in my life, and I on purpose don't talk to the people in my life about my channel. You know what I mean? I am very, very protective of this for a number of reasons. And I feel the need to share that because I just kind of get this feeling that there are gems around me. You know what I mean? And I also think that there are gems who secretly know that I'm on here, and I gratitude, gratitude because you have offered me a kindness that most do not. So, just blessings. But there's an idea of a fractured image that you're dealing with. There's something in your life where you're like you're not seeing everything for what it is, and I don't think it's from a lack of effort. I don't know a gem in my life who I literally know their gems, although some that I speculate. But y'all are just you do, you go, you learn, you consume, you know what I mean? You're just like active, like your energy is always very active. And I just kind of feel like there's something that you're not, I almost just feel like you can't get yourself to slow down enough to, and this, y'all, I want to say this was in a gem read at some point in time, but I don't even know if it was on this channel. It might have been a different channel, but it was the idea of is it like an enneagram or an enneagram or the picture that looks all pixelated, and then you have to pull it back and let your eyes unfocus, and then when your eyes unfocus, the actual image pops out. I feel like you are dealing with something in your life that is represented by that idea. Like when you look at it for face value, it's very it's it's confusing. You're like, I know that I'm supposed to be able to get something out of this, but the fuck it is, I don't even know. You know what I mean? Like fractured images, fractured ideas. For some of my gems, I think that's because you've had people who have really gone out of their way, above and beyond, to ensure that you go in the direction that they want you to go. And you're starting to take notice of the fact that every time they do that, they're doing it by somehow emotionally manipulating you. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. People who work in energy are very, very, very aware of others, and they're aware of how to pull them in the direction that they want them to go, emotionally. And so, again, Gems, I do believe that there are a number of you here who have had people in your life who have mentored you, but they've done it with this emotional pull, this manipulation, and they know you well enough to keep you distracted over here. Oh, you just need some facts and figures. That's all you need. You just need to put your focus here. Your mind's just bored, you're getting in your head. You're doing, and they push you in the direction that they want you to go, but they kind of sort of fuck you over when they do that, because what they're doing is just ensuring that you don't ask the right questions. You don't ask, they don't tell. What a maniacal, nasty energy, though. Like, legit. Like, the type of energy you pick it up and it just, it doesn't come off. How do you get it off? Get it off. You know, like I feel like this progression of like, oh, ooh, like panic. I don't know. Because this is a whole thing, you know? This is a whole thing. And I feel like once you are able to really see it for what it is, you're able to, I just feel like, remove whatever value there was and discard what need not be any longer. You know what I mean? Because you don't want somebody who's going to send you in the directions they want you to go because they know how to emotionally manipulate you and direct you in part, I think, because they know and I say this with love gems, but I know y'all can be some ego driven people. I can be an ego driven person too. I can. I'm not, but like, you're brilliant. So mentally, you can be 3, 4, 5, 6 steps ahead of the people around you, right? You like to be ahead of the game. That's important to you. You feel a sense of self-respect when you're able to do that, which is fantastic. And thank God for you guys for being so, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's a beautiful characteristic. But again, to go back to this mentor that we seem to keep revisiting in these reads, I just feel like you got emotionally pushed in a direction by somebody squirreling you because they know you well enough to know how to do it. I don't know who you're dealing with, but I can tell you right now, they're not healthy people. And no, I don't say people as in like a broad sense. I think a people as in like there's a person, there is a specific person in your life who is poisonous to you, who prevents you from truly developing into like the like giganticness that you could develop into, because they want to make sure that you're right there beneath them, because it's the only way they're ever going to feel like useful or important. Because again, this person doesn't have any accomplishment of their own. Their accomplishment comes through you. And their accomplishment is in their ability to manipulate you, and good job to them. Right? No, fuck them. Like, no, nobody ever actually says that and means it. That's ridiculous. And you know that if you want to come into your value, you gotta step up, step out, move past, come into a balance. Because I think for a lot of my gems, there's just been this like journey of emotional awareness that like at one point in time in your life, and then not so very far past, you've been very, like you consume knowledge, information. And now you're like in that energy of applying that knowledge and information to your own personal emotional development. And as you emotionally develop, you're pulling from tools that you've stored up from all of the intellectual development that you've done. And now you're like, I feel like just like jumping over this person, whoever it is that's mentoring you. I just feel like you are jumping over them because you're so smart and you've acquired so much knowledge that you're able to apply it. And when you apply that to your emotional well-being, to your emotional intelligence, dear fucking God, world, look out. My Geminis are coming up. Yes. Yes. Love it. I love it. Okay. Gems. Let's get some clarifiers. Damn, we're already like 10 minutes in. It's fine. I love it. I'm glad. I've got some big energies with me, and I love y'all. Okay. Some big healthy energies. Yes, healthy energies for sure because whoo. Well, because unhealthy energy does, it feels like that, like I want to get it off. But first I had needed to realize that it was even stuck to me. And then once I realized it was stuck to me, I needed to attempt to get it off. And then when I couldn't just fling it off, I had a moment of panic, like it, because it takes over your entire person. And I just kind of feel like that's not okay. And you're feeling very protective of yourself. And I feel like you have an opportunity to go in a direction that actually is, I don't know, I just feel like this is something that I feel very protective of. And I don't know, and because you feel very protective of something, which in all honesty, I feel like is your own personal development. Because who mentors you when you are on your personal development journey dictates how far you get in your personal development. I don't know. I'm very blessed. I was raised by a man who started here and just study keeps going up. Ain't no in sight. You know what I mean? I like I am blessed. I don't think that you have experienced that in quite the same way. And nobody's told you, because if they told you that, you jump over them. And they didn't want you to jump over them. But you're too smart, gems, right? I mean, that's the thing with my gems. Y'all are just fucking brilliant. And that's part of the reason that I love and respect you so much, you know? But gems, you've got the Nine of Cups, the Empress, the Queen of Cups, and the Fool. I mean, this is the idea of like when things are good, they're good. When things are bad, they're bad. But listen, believe people when they tell you who they are the first time. You know? Believe when they tell you the first time. I don't know how I feel about that. That feels like it stings a little bit. I don't know. I don't know, because I just kind of think, well, like a cheetah's spots are gonna shine through. Like you can try and cover that shit up, but the rain's gonna wash it away. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna be recognized for who you are in the end. And I think for a lot of you guys, like maybe you're dealing with someone who like you're recognizing them for who they were in the end. And I think being released from that and experiencing the abundance of all of the work that you've done, right? All of the acquiring of the knowledge, so that when it came time to really step up and emotionally, you had all of the information there that you needed to access to like step into your power, like lookout world type power, right? Gems, you're fucking doing it. You're going in the directions that you're, I just, I feel like you were afraid to go in them before because you were like, but I need this person here with me to do this. And I feel like when you awaken to the reality that that person isn't helping you, you don't need them, they need you, and they're fucking your shit up. Like, you know, like, why would you, you know, like Stockholm syndrome no more, you know, like bitches be gone. I just kind of feel like, you know, that's how you feel. I don't feel like there's a lot of hesitation in what you're doing, because why would you hesitate to separate yourself from that type of energy? You know, you wouldn't. You really wouldn't. And you've got Judgment and the Two of Wands, and Judgment's been passed, and it's time for you to go in a different direction. And the direction that you're going in, it's bringing you a lot of balance. There's a lot of emotional fulfillment, and it's because you've worked. Your as above matches your so below, because you've done the work. And maybe you didn't do it sequentially. Maybe you didn't do it all together all at once, and that's okay. You have your process. Honor your process. We are here for that. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you're going through the process, as long as you're continuing to grow, as long as you're striving for your potential, as long as you're practicing awareness of who, where, when, why, what, how, you know, and not surrounding yourself with people who can emotionally manipulate you because you're an emotionally stunted person. No, not anymore. You're not. And yes, that does sound like a very like judgmental thing to say, an emotionally stunted person. And yet, you know, is there any shame in overcoming hurdles that we've had? Is there any shame in honoring and recognizing the fact that you're a very heady person? You're an air sign. You don't exist in the world of water. You exist in the world of mind. You know what I mean? Not emotion. Mind over emotion. Always. That's just your nature. That's just your like your celestial DNA, right? So there's no shame in not having tapped into that level of emotional intelligence, because it's not your true nature. So don't feel shame for that. Like, when I say that, I'm not saying it to bring shame to your character in any way. I'm saying it as an acknowledgement that like that's just not your nature, and you've been thrown some like roadblocks because people can recognize that that's not your nature, and your ego has maybe lent you to like stumbling over those roadblocks, because that's where they're hitting you. They're hitting you in your weakness. Your weakness is your ego. Again, this is not me criticizing, but if we can have an open, honest conversation about it and you can recognize it, then you can jump right the fuck over it. So don't you want people who are going to hold you accountable and not people who are going to just redirect you? Yeah, obviously, because if people are redirecting you, they are redirecting you away from your vision and into theirs. And fuck those people and their vision, because it does not align with all of the things that you are going to do. It doesn't. And yes, that is aggressive, but sometimes you just need that little okay. It's okay. It's okay to let go of something that like it got you to where you are. Gratitude and blessings for my gems who are not as in that aggressive energy, but also I have a lot of gems and I know some of them are pretty fucking aggressive. But for my ones that aren't aggressive, thank you, and blessings and gratitude to you also. But you have a vision, right? And you have a tendency to, I think, recognize, right? You can recognize, you're like, yeah, sometimes I struggle with authority, and sometimes like I can be a little, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can recognize yourself. You are a danger to people who want to feed off of you. And when they recognize the fact that you can acknowledge a weakness that you have, like maybe I'm not the world's most humble person, and I can acknowledge that. Okay, so now I know that that like this is something that I can say to you. This is a weakness that you have. And now these bitches are just focused on your weaknesses. Like, I'm sorry, what about all of these strengths? What about all of these things I can do? What about all of these skills I have? What about the fact that I have all of this knowledge and now I can apply it to my emotional intelligence, and now I can jump over these people? Do it. Do it, gems. Jump. Jump right on into your vision, because you have it already, right? You already know. And you kind of like, you toy with it through the confines of other people and their limitations. Those aren't your limitations. take your vision and do what the fuck you want to do with it. You want to have your own store? Do it. You want to have your own practice? Do it. I'm telling you right now, you'll be more successful if you do. On God. On God. And those mentors that you don't have anymore, I bet you start seeing some blockages removed that were still rearing their ugly heads. Right? Gems, you're doing it. You can do it. You will do it. You are doing it. I'm so proud of you. I'm so impressed by you. You're a beautiful soul and a brilliant mind, And thank you. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for sharing your amazing energy with me. I'm so grateful for your presence here tonight. And yeah, I will see y'all again soon. Bye.